Hey everybody, this is Mrs. Clayton, and this video is for Thursday, May 12th. We're in lesson 2.3, and I'm just making this video to summarize what we did in class today and let you know about your homework. If you are missing class because you're absent, you do have homework today, and so be sure to watch the video all the way through so that you understand what your responsibility is at the end of the video. Okay, so we're going to start off today with a warm-up. So we've got recent work that we did to discover. Remember when we were talking about cellular respiration, we were understanding that it is a chemical reaction. It's literally the opposite of photosynthesis. And then based on the work that we've done in the past couple days, Dr. Corey has sent us a graph showing the populations of producers, consumers, and decomposers in the biodome. Now remember, all three organisms, producers, consumers, and decomposers, use the process of cellular respiration to release energy from ESMs, and then they give off carbon dioxide as a byproduct. Okay? So examine this graph, think about what it shows you, and then answer the questions below. Go ahead and stop the video and do that, and then hand it in. So I wanted to just kind of let you know what we talked about in class. The graph was helpful in explaining the decrease in carbon dioxide because it identifies one of these organisms as decreasing. Now, the other two increase and decrease over time, but over time, they remain stable. I'm not telling you exactly which one because part of science is you being able to understand the graphs that are given to you. So just look real carefully at the key and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So we're going to use this information a little bit later on in the sim to test a hypothesis that we have. But for right now, let's go ahead and discuss this data. We've got a key concept, number 8, and it says, as organisms release energy during cellular respiration, carbon dioxide is produced from the carbon in ESMs. I think I would rather have, I told my kids in class today that I would rather have them say CO2 is an output, because we've used that language before, but you can understand it. It's like a byproduct. It's a chemical reaction. It's a product. Remember, the reactants are on the left side of the arrow. The products are on the right side. So carbon dioxide is produced from the carbon in ESMs, and this process moves carbon from biotic to abiotic matter. So go ahead and stop the video and write down your key concept. The carbon dioxide from cellular respiration, of course, is critical, very important. Producers cannot go through photosynthesis without carbon dioxide. That's that cycle of producers. They go through photosynthesis using carbon dioxide, and then remember, producers also go through cellular respiration where they give off carbon dioxide. Producers need it to make ESMs, and this is actually really helpful to us because we can use what we've learned, even just in the warm-up activity, to explain why the biodome failed. So we're in activity number 3 already. We're testing a claim in the sim. So you're going to use the sim to test this claim. A claim that we have is that a decrease in decomposers led to a decrease in carbon dioxide in the air. The reason why we have this claim, it goes back to the graph that we got from Dr. Corey in the warm-up, and hopefully you interpreted that graph correctly and you saw that there was a decrease in decomposers over time. And so that's what we're gonna choose to see if we can put this claim to the test. So you're gonna have to use the sim to test your claim, and here's what you're gonna do. Once you open up your sim, you're going to use the kill button right here to remove all the decomposers and then let it run. And actually the directions tell you to let it run for 20 seconds or 20 time units. Pause it, kill the decomposers, let this run for another 50 time units, and then we're going to look in here at the graph and observe to see if decreasing those decomposers affected the ecosystem. And remember, we're looking at carbon dioxide, okay? I'm just going to skip through this information. When you look at your graph, make sure that you are putting a toggle over here for total carbon and cellular respiration. We also want the carbon and carbon dioxide toggles on because we want to see what's happening here. Okay, I'm going to have you pause the video, run that sim, and see if you see something similar to this. And then come on back. Okay, so I'm not giving you an answer here. There's a reason why I'm not. I want you to do the work. In class, I had these packets of cards that have the vocabulary words on them. It's called a word relationship activity. And basically what we're going to do is reflect on the work in the sim that we just did and explain what caused carbon dioxide to decrease in the air. So we're going to use these words to create sentences to answer the Chapter 2 question, which is what caused carbon dioxide to decrease in the air in the biodome. So this is going to help you write an explanation to the econauts from which is going to be your exit ticket. Okay, and that's your homework for today. So even if you are not here, go ahead and write these words out on a note card or sticky note, or list them, and then you can cross them off. But what I want you to do is I want you to try and connect these words together. And of course, the vocabulary word connect means to link two or more things. So let me model how to create a sentence. I'm just going to use two of the words. So let's say I use decomposer and I use the word ecosystem. I might say that a decrease in decomposers affected the number of carbon dioxide molecules in the ecosystem in the biodome. So I use those two words. We've talked a lot about using our vocabulary words to answer key questions and stuff. And so that's basically all I want you to do. Okay? So here's what I'd like you to try and do. You're going to make at least two of the words on the cards, use at least two of the words on the cards to create sentences that answer the Chapter 2 question. You can use the same words more than once, and you do not need to use all the words. However, I want you to create more than one sentence. There are many ways to answer this question, and I want you to try to create more than one sentence. The more you can create, the better you're answering the question. And then finally, your homework is inside your Schoology. You're going to find a PDF, and it says MEE, so it's Matter and Energy in Ecosystems, 2.3.5, or 4, sorry, and it's the exit ticket. So make sure that one of those sentences that you write here, or two or three, whatever, go ahead and answer the question, write that down. That's going to be your best response, okay? And this is a really quick way for me to check to make sure, because we're at the end of Chapter 2, to make sure that you understand all the information that I gave you in Chapter 2 and you're ready to move on to Chapter 3. So make sure that you submit that. It's going to be in Schoology, and the name of the assignment is Matter and Energy in Ecosystems 2.3.4 exit ticket. All right? Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you later.